It's time for the video y'all have been asking for. Today we're ranking the best snacks under $10 at the Disney park you don't need to buy a ticket for. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and this might be my favorite snack ranking video to date. I said you guys were asking for it, but I've been really excited about it. I get to tell you not only about the tastiest, most unique treats and eats and drinks hiding out in Disney Springs, but I also get to tell you which ones are the best of the best. Meaning we're going to show you which snacks will give you the best bang for your buck, which ones are going to be the most loved by a variety of different eaters in your group, and which ones are going to be the most unique. While we'll be ranking each of these under $10 snacks today on a scale of 1 to 10, from good to better to best, keep in mind that even the snacks on the lower end of our video are still really tasty and a solid option to add to your must-try list for your next visit. It was really hard for Bria and I to whittle these down to just the ones that are in this video, and it's still a pretty long video. Okay, we're going to start over at Ghirardelli Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop, but we're not going to have ice cream. We are going to have hot cocoa. I know that doesn't sound appealing in Orlando, but just hear me out. Ghirardelli Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop is more typically known for its decadent shakes and sundaes featuring Ghirardelli chocolate, of course. And while these decadent ice creams are great, they're also super expensive. Some specialty sundaes can even be $19 for one sundae. So if you want the Ghirardelli experience minus the super steep prices, the specialty hot chocolates here are super tasty and cost around $6 to $8, depending on what you get and what size you order. The most popular hot cocoa in the shop is the sea salt caramel, which is made with Ghirardelli's classic hot cocoa plus creamy caramel. Then it's topped off with whipped cream, sea salt, caramel sauce, and a dark sea salt caramel square. While I really do love this treat, I understand that not everyone's going to want a hot beverage to go along with their hot Orlando day, so maybe save this one for one of your rainy days instead, when hot chocolate will sound way more appealing. This isn't part of this video, but I'm going to say it anyway. One of my favorite memories from Disney World is when I was at Dawa Bar in Animal Kingdom, and the bartender, it was a really rainy, cold day, and I was just sort of people watching, and the bartender made me this really cool hot cocoa drink with like ginger and I think Goldschlager, which I know sounds weird, but it was really good, and it was just a really good memory. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, we've done one of these videos for Animal Kingdom if you want to go watch that one. But moving on. Disney Springs, the hot cocoa at Ghirardelli, 5 out of 10. Gelato at Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill. Okay, let's put the hot drinks aside and talk about a snack that's way more refreshing, that gelato. Now, Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill has a gelato bar right outside that you can walk up to, which a lot of people don't know. So there we go. And on their menu, they've got over-the-top gelato shakes and sorbet-based cocktails, which I love. But since this is an under $10 video, we're going to keep things pretty basic and just stick with a cup or cone of gelato for around $5 to $7, depending on the size you choose and the toppings you add. Now, the great thing about the gelato here is that you not only have those more standard flavors like strawberry and chocolate, but you've also got a variety of more interesting ones to choose from too, like butter pecan panna cotta, dark cherry chocolate chunk, and tiramisu. Each gelato comes with one topping like Nutella, diced pineapples, raspberries, etc., but you can get additional toppings for 75 cents. Not a gelato person? You can get sorbet here too for around the same price. Sorbets come in 4 different flavors: mango, raspberry, lemon, or key lime. Now, there's another gelato shop on our list, but this is probably going to be less expensive a lot of the time, just a heads up. Overall, 5.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to Vivoli Il Gelato. Now, this place makes its gelato using the same recipes from the original storefront in Florence, Italy, and imports several ingredients from Italy to create these authentic desserts, including pistachios, hazelnuts, and cocoa powder. So this is the real deal, y'all. As far as sweet treats are concerned, Vivoli can still be a very expensive place to pick up something snacky. There are a few treats on the menu here that you can pick up for under $10 though, including one of 2 scoops of your choice of gelato or sorbetto, as well as wine and beer versions too for $7 to $10. A variety of cannoli like French toast, blueberry, or the classic for $6 plus. Bombollinis, those are Italian filled donuts basically, for about $6. And biscotti, which costs $1.50 for 1 or $6 for 5. And several other little bakery goodies that you may want to try just to get a taste of Italy, minus the passport. They also have some really cute seasonal stuff going on at this particular location, so definitely check out what they have on the placards and the signs to see what they've got on the menu when you're there. Overall, 6 out of 10. Okay, I know people love this next place, which is why I'm adding it into our best snacks video today. But my hot take, Amorette's patisserie is not my favorite, not even by a long shot. The seasonal petit cakes here are adorable, and the Mickey cake domes are cute enough that I just preserve them and make them a permanent decor element in my house. But as far as the flavors of these expensive treats are concerned, there are way better dessert options in Disney Springs for much lower price points. All right, that's enough of the criticism. Now let's get to the positives of this little bakery. While petite cakes here can put you back $22 plus, which feels outrageous, but Disney didn't ask me, you can still pick up super cute treats here for under $10 if you're looking for an aesthetically pleasing dessert to post on the gram. The most popular is the Mickey Mousse for $9. This is made with chocolate chiffon cake, dark chocolate mousse, and white chocolate mousse. It's adorable. I can't deny it. This treat is cute. And if you like mousse-based treats, then you'll probably enjoy the creaminess of this one with the dark chocolate, white chocolate duo of flavors. And the fact that the Mickey Mousse dome is basically the mini version of the full Mickey Mouse petite cake makes me love it even more than the big version, because many things just are better. Don't quote me on that. Just blindly believe it. I know these things. Overall, 6 out of 10. So we don't talk about the YeSake kiosk at Disney Springs very much because there are other places to buy customizable poke bowls in Orlando or any other city really. But if you're looking for a quick, cheap, and savory snack that your kids are going to love, and that you're going to love, I'm going to be honest, YeSake has a chicken and a pizza bun on their street food snack menu for a little over $6 each. Now, I love the pizza bun option here. I am a big fan of getting pizza buns at the 7-Eleven when I'm in Tokyo. And so the fact that I can get one at Disney World is really fun. So this is a good snack filled with familiar flavors that could tide you over until your next big meal. Plus there's boba here too for $8. And you don't find boba tea in Disney World as often as you would think, at least not the boba tea with the non-popping tapioca pearls. The boba teas at YeSake come in 3 different varieties: Hokkaido black milk, strawberry milk, and taro milk. Overall, 6.5 out of 10. Have you heard of Pepe by Jose Andres before? If you haven't, now you have. Located right in front of the Jaleo table service, Pepe is a quick service spot that serves up Spanish cuisine from famous celebrity chef Jose Andres, like hot and cold sandwiches on pan de cristal, which is this thin, crispy bread unique to Spain. But if you're looking for a savory under $10 deal here, you're going to want to order the patatas bravas for $6. Now, this snack is really unique because when you're initially handed it, it looks like a bag of potato chips. And you might start questioning why on earth AJ convinced you to spend $6 just for a bag of potato chips when you could have gotten like a 10 count of chips for $10 at the Walmart. But when you reach inside, there's a treasure trove of Spanish fried potatoes, aioli, and brava sauce, which is a tomato-based sauce that's got a lot of natural sweetness to it, pairing well with that garlicky aioli. Now, have I ever told you guys how much better everything is if it's got aioli on top? It is legit the superior savory topping. Now, these loaded chips are pretty messy and they may not be quite the nachos that your kids were hoping for, but they're still super different from your average savory snack and easy to split with whoever else wants to try them out. They're just really, really good. If you haven't had patatas bravas before, or if you haven't had them here, time to try them. Overall, 7 out of 10. Next on our list is late night eats at STK Orlando. I know I'm just as shocked as you are that we have an STK option on a best of list for DFV. Now, usually I tell y'all to steer clear of this table service restaurant if you're not too keen on spending like $30 plus for a side of mac and cheese, or if you don't want a full Vegas party happening around you while you're just trying to enjoy your steak dinner. However, if you time your visit here just right, you can order much, much, much cheaper food. How much cheaper? Well, it's on this under $10 list today, so you tell me. If you come to dine at STK Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., Saturday or Sunday from 3 p.m. to 5:30, or Sunday through Thursday from 10 p.m. to close, you can order specialty cocktails, wines, and select lounge bites for $3, $6, and $9. This includes stuff like a little BRG, that's their little slider, and truffle fries for $6, Wagyu meatballs for $6, a short rib quesadilla for $6, Japanese A5 Wagyu taco hello for $9, oysters on the half shell for $3. Yeah, suddenly STK feels way more worth the visit when my wallet's not crying over paying $25 for a Caesar salad. And STK's food is pretty good. My biggest beef with this place is that it's way too expensive and it also feels like a nightclub, which I don't love, especially in a place where I might be taking my kids. So that's what we've got. Definitely try it out during happy hour. Overall, 7 out of 10. And by the way, there are literally so many deals and discounts hiding out among the Disney Springs restaurants, and many of them we're not going to have time to cover today. So if you want the full rundown of how to save money on food around the shopping district, check out our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining over on dfbstore.com. That's where we talk about every single restaurant in the Disney World bubble, including all of the ones you're going to find in the Disney Springs scene. We talk about all of their happy hours, all of their discount options. So definitely check that out. We've got the full list in there. Be sure to type in code YouTube to save some money before you check out over at DFB Store. And remember, all of these guidebooks are completely 100% money back guaranteed. If you don't like it, you get your money back and you get to keep the guide. Okay, next up is the Joffrey's flagship store. So the Joffrey's you'll find in the landing section of Disney Springs is different from the Joffrey's kiosks you'll find in the parks. Instead of just selling you a quick pick-me-up beverage and a donut the size of your head, this Joffrey's is a full storefront where you can purchase pretty much any tea or coffee that you'll find at almost any of the park kiosks, even the specialty options. Plus, you can purchase loose leaf teas and bagged Joffrey's coffee blends to take home with you. Plus, the baristas here can add Disney-themed latte art to your espresso beverage, or even custom latte art if you want to add a selfie or a will you marry me message, if you're feeling brave enough, for only 50 cents more. But that's not the only Joffrey's location you're going to find in Disney Springs. In the Disney Springs Marketplace area, pretty close to the Advent Health Water Stage Theater, there's also a Joffrey's smoothie location where you can order from a variety of handcrafted smoothies for a little over $7 each. So character coffee, face coffee, proposal coffee, and smoothies, overall 7 out of 10. Tapas and cocktails are always the name of the game at Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar, but if you want to partake in a creative drink here without breaking your $10 budget, check out the Hangar Bar's non-alcoholic signature libations that range between $4 and $5. There are currently 4 non-alcoholic beverages that you can grab from the menu. The Antidote is basically a Shirley Temple with a different name, made with Sprite and cherry juice. The Poisonless Dart is a soda water with mint, simple syrup, and fresh lime juice. The Teddy's Tea is a green tea with mint and tangerine flavoring, and the Diving Bell is a lemonade/watermelon combo topped with lemon lime foam. None of these drinks are too wild or adventurous or anything, but they still might be worth trying just so you can come in and soak up all the intricate theming of this location. Seriously, Jock Lindsey's place is jam-packed with Imagineering details, featuring tons of adventurer paraphernalia, including books, trophies, airplane gear, lots of other little gadgets and gizmos that look like they've come straight off an Indiana Jones movie set. Now, for the record, and because things change a lot at Disney World, when we were first making this rankings video, Jock Lindsey's was much, much higher on the list for us because it had happy hour. So on Mondays to Fridays from noon to 3 p.m., you could get discounted drinks and select appetizers for just $7 to $8. But it looks like the Disney Springs website and the Jock Lindsey's menu no longer have the happy hour items listed online. This could be a temporary decision or it could be permanent. Either way, we'll keep an eye out for this happy hour's return. Overall, 7 out of 10. Now, if you're on the hunt for a sweet treat that's allergy-friendly, vegan, and taste bud-friendly, then head to Erin McKenna's Bakery ASAP. Erin McKenna's is a fairly small quick service that specializes in sweets and treats made to serve the underserved people with gluten, dairy, egg, and soy sensitivities, and most importantly, allergic kids who are often unable to indulge. While there's not a lot of space on the inside of this bakery, there still manages to be quite an extensive selection of pastries and sweets and even a few savory options too. So what are some of the best things to pick up here in the midst of all the goodies? I mean, it really all depends on what you're after. Erin McKenna's has donuts for about $6 each, bagels for a little over $5, cupcakes for $8, with our personal favorite being the Brownie Bomb cupcake, made of a chocolate-flavored cupcake with cream cheese icing as filling and topped off with a brownie piece and caramel icing. Cinnamon rolls for just over $9 each, and these tasty veggie bombs for a little over $9 too, that taste like a veggie pizza if said veggie pizza was transformed into a biscuit. And that's me only scratching the surface of all the different options available here. Granted, if you're not strictly looking for gluten-friendly or vegan-friendly treats, then you'll more than likely find similar treats in Disney Springs for a couple dollars cheaper. But if these specialty snacks cater to your diet perfectly, then Erin McKenna's can help you indulge in something tasty without the added stress or concern. My favorite thing to get here, by the way, are the frosting-filled cookies. They are so good. Overall, 7 out of 10. Speaking of cookies, we are going to move on to the cookie bites at the Cookie Bar in Summer House on the Lake. You know how I mentioned earlier that I like miniaturized stuff? I think Summer House's cookie bites fall into that category too. Summer House on the Lake is a new table service restaurant in Disney Springs, just opened a few months ago, that serves California-inspired bites, including everything from pizza and pasta to fresh salads and sandwiches and then some. But tucked inside Summer House is their walk-up cookie bar, which has a variety of the restaurant's oversized cookies, bars, and other sweet treats, and popular flavors like sea salt chocolate chip, birthday cake, oatmeal scotchy, apple oatmeal, and vegan snickerdoodle, along with a few rotating seasonal flavors. But for around $6, you can also order cookie bites at the Summer House Cookie Bar, which is basically a random assortment of cookie crumbs from whatever cookie bits the bakery has left over from their selection that day, placed in a cup and served to you. Now, they're not crumbs, they're like small quarters of cookies, right? So you get to try a whole bunch of different flavors all at once. But keep in mind that you can't choose what cookie bites are added to this random assortment, so you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Overall, 7 out of 10. If you're looking for classic confections like caramel apples, cupcakes, cake pops, and more in designs celebrating characters and seasons and holidays, then Goofy's Candy Co. is the place to go. But if you're wanting something not so classic, you should still go to Goofy's Candy Co. At this colorful candy shop, you can create your own treat with lots of customization options unique to the shop. First, you're going to fill out a card and add all your dessert customization choices, like which treat you want, what dipping chocolate you want your treat dunked in, and what topping or toppings you want sprinkled on top. Then you hand your card off to the cast members behind the counter, and they'll just fix your dessert up just the way you want it. These custom treats tend to cost around $6, but you will have to pay an extra $1 for each additional topping. The first topping comes included with the base treat price. Overall, 7 out of 10. The Sprinkles Cupcake Bakery really doesn't get enough credit for how cool it is. This vibrant pink bakery serves slow-churned ice cream, homemade cookies, and tons of cupcake options for about $6 each. But one of the coolest parts about this little bakery is that you can order the cupcake of your choice through the store's cupcake ATM out front. Yep, a cupcake transaction sounds way more fun than a regular bank transaction. Now, you don't have to order your cupcake through this ATM if you'd rather go inside the shop and look at all the cupcakes in person, but it's a fun way to get a cupcake on the go if you're in a hurry to get back to the shop till you drop mode. Just place your order on the touch screen, swipe your payment, and voila, a perfect little brown package with your cupcake magically appears inside the window. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. You don't know unique ice cream until you've tried Salt and Straw's ice cream. Salt and Straw is known for unique flavors, to put it lightly, of handmade small batch ice cream using local, organic, and sustainable ingredients. You can order a single scoop of ice cream here for a little over $7 or a double scoop for just under $10. But how does Salt and Straw take an ordinary ice cream experience and make it anything but? By making us expect the unexpected every time we visit. Throughout the year, we'll find the most bizarre-sounding seasonal flavors here, like salted caramel Thanksgiving turkey for November, spiked eggnog for December, even Don Bagito's creepy crawly critters for October, which is made with matcha ice cream and coconut candied mealworms and chocolate-covered crickets. I told you, Salt and Straw takes their unique flavor combos very seriously. But unlike those novelty soda flavors that you might find at your candy shop back home, which have bizarre flavors that are literally just there for you to dare your friends to try but aren't really all that good, Salt and Straw takes these wacky flavor combos and rises to the challenge to make them as tasty as possible. And more often than not, they meet that challenge. Though, you're not going to see me jumping to try the mealworm and cricket ice cream again anytime soon. We did that. Salt and Straw also has some adventurous flavors that you can find on their menu year-round, like the honey lavender, the chocolate gooey brownie, the salty donut guava and cheese, and the panther coffee chocolate tres leches. But if you or your kiddo are pretty satisfied with your basic vanilla, Salt and Straw has a somewhat normalish version of that, but they do add twice the amount of vanilla to that mix, so it still manages to stand out from other vanilla ice creams out there. Salt and Straw just can't help themselves. They've got a unique and wonderfully weird reputation to uphold. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. Also, fun fact, The Rock is a big investor in Salt and Straw, so just heads up. And we're back to the gelato, everyone. Well, D-Luxe Burger is most known for its burgers and its fries and its sauces. We like to come here on occasion just to pick up one of their artisanal gelato shakes. These shakes can be made with or without the booze, but if you leave the booze out of the equation, you can try any of them for just under $8. And it's a pretty big portion too. There are a variety of gelato shake options to choose from, like the cookies and cream, salted caramel, strawberry vanilla chocolate, but we really like the s'mores option made with vanilla gelato blended with toasted marshmallow, dark chocolate sauce, and graham cracker crumbles, then topped off with whipped cream, marshmallows, dark chocolate drizzle, and a graham cracker. But be on the lookout for seasonal gelato shakes here too. Often we'll find that the exclusive shakes at D-Luxe are even better than the ones available all year round. Looking for something more savory here for under $10? Then here's what you need to do. Step 1, grab either a half order of fresh cut fries for a little over $5 or a full order for $8. Step 2, get a cup of each of the 6 sauces available here, which you can grab for yourself at any of the self-serve locations. That's right, they have restored self-serve sauces. Love it. Sauce options include chipotle mayo, garlic ranch, truffle aioli, there we go, there's our aioli, barbecue, 1921, and buffalo ranch. Step 3, get to dipping. Overall, 8 out of 10. Now, before we get further into the rankings, I just want to remind y'all that Disney Springs is a big shopping district filled with so many restaurants and shops and entertainment options, you name it. So if you want help when it comes to navigating your Disney Springs day, make sure to scan the QR code you see on the screen now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/Disney Springs after this, and you can download our free Disney Springs quick guide. Okay, next up, we're going to have some naan at Eat. Much like Summer House on the Lake, Eat by Manit Shawan is a brand new place to grab a bite in Disney Springs, but unlike Summer House, it's a quick service location instead of a table service that specializes in Indian cuisine with a modern twist. There's quite a bit to choose from here if you're looking for quick, affordable, and unique, but for something a bit more snacktastic, you can try one of the naan bread options for around $5 to $7. Now, don't confuse this for the Eat bread service that comes with a couple different naans as well as a variety of dips and spreads and veggie sticks for $20. If you just want to try one of these naans, you can purchase them a la carte from the pizza and bread section of the menu. Buying the naan individually does mean you'll sacrifice all those different dipping sauces that you'll receive with the bread service itself, but you'll still be able to try that warm, buttery naan for under $10. Currently, there are 3 different naan options you can choose from. The cheapest of the 3 is the traditional buttered naan, while the other 2 naans have a more adventurous flavor profile with the garlic or the spicy green chili. Overall, 8 out of 10. Next up on our list is, of course, if you've been watching these videos, you know this is in here, and that's splitting the quick service meals, because we are always super excited to see some of those giant quick service meals that can absolutely feed 2 people as a snack. Many of the quick service entrees in Disney Springs are going to cost you under $10. And no, that's not just because you're ordering off the kids menu this time. The actual adult menus have under $10 options too, which might be the perfect hearty snack to split with a friend if you're looking for something a bit more filling that can at least hold you over until your next big meal. So where can you find these magical under $10 entrees? Earl of Sandwich's famous hot sandwiches are all $8 to $9 each. You can also find breakfast sandwiches here in the morning too for $6 to $7. Blaze Fast Fired Pizza has build your own one-topping pizzas for just under $10. You can also grab a ginormous slice of pizza from Pizza Ponte for $7 to $9, and Chicken Guy has under $10 chicken strips that come with your choice of 2 sauces. You can get 3 tenders for $7 or 5 tenders for $9. Overall, 8.5 out of 10. Now, I could recommend getting one of the classic glazed donuts from Everglazed for $5, or I could recommend one of the Funky Bunch donuts like the Nutella Boston Cream or Fruity Pebbles option for about $6, or I could even recommend a super Funky Bunch donut like the Peanut Butter Explosion, the Dulce de Leche, or the Apple Streusel for $6.50, and those would all be solid recommendations. But instead, I'm going to recommend something a little less conventional. Friends, family, Disney lovers of all ages, let me introduce you to the almighty grilled cheese for $7, and that's cheese with a lot of ease. Normally, the grilled cheese at Everglazed is served on a griddled sweet bun and loaded with lots and lots and lots of ooey gooey wonderful fromage. But you actually have the option to switch out that sweet bun and replace it with a glazed donut instead for $1 more, bringing it up to $8. Why wouldn't you do that? But wait, we're not done yet. Sometimes you can also add bacon to this sandwich for another $1, bringing the total for this bizarre donut snack to $9. That being said, the bacon is an off-menu hack, meaning its availability is not guaranteed, so you'll have to check and see whether or not you can get the bacon added to your sandwich when you're there. Or you can skip out on this one entirely if the idea of cheese and bacon inside a donut triggers your acid reflux just thinking about it. Overall, 9 out of 10. Now, we don't talk about this one enough, especially seeing how high it is on our list right here. So let's remedy that right now. The Character Bubble Waffle Sundaes at Marketplace Snacks. These might just tick all the boxes when it comes to being the exact Disney treat you're looking for. Box number 1, bubble waffles, cute. Each year-round option is themed around a different member of the Fab Five. Box number 2, you've got a variety of flavors to choose from that cater to different palates. Our personal favorite is the Goofy Peanut Grand Slam Waffle with vanilla and chocolate swirl soft serve, hot fudge, peanuts, sliced bananas, sliced strawberries, M&M's minis, and a cherry on top. But we're also pretty partial to the Donald Lemon and Blueberry Waffle Sundae with vanilla soft serve, lemon curd, blueberries, and popping candy. Anytime you can put lemon curd on anything, I will probably eat it. Box number 3, seasonal options appear here too throughout the year. In the past, we've seen Character Bubble Waffles themed around Little Mermaid, Tinkerbell, Buzz Lightyear, and holiday-specific characters too, like Jack Skellington gets one during Halloween. Box number 4, these treats are hefty and easy to share with a buddy. And box 5, they each cost $9. That's 5 boxes checked off right there, so not too shabby for number 18 on our list. The only thing that we're not a huge fan of when it comes to these waffles is that they start to melt pretty quickly, so make sure you got plenty of napkins at the ready. Overall, 9.5 out of 10. Now, swirls on the water is every Dole Whip fan's dream come true. This little kiosk specializes in all things Dole Whip, which means you're going to see the classic pineapple flavor served here all year long, as well as a variety of fresh seasonal flavors rotated out regularly. But if you're having trouble choosing just one of the seasonal options available, you can always order the Dole Whip sampler. This is $8. There's always a version available, and it's going to hook you up with smaller portions of the 3 Dole Whip swirls currently being served. While it's sad to see any of our new favorite flavors come and go, it's also refreshing to see so many new and exciting Dole Whip options available each time we visit Disney Springs. Overall, 10 out of 10 on this one. Now, we're not even close to done with this video, but we've already entered into the realm of 10 out of 10. So just a heads up that like everything else going on in this video is going to be absolutely exquisite and probably something you super should add to your bucket list in Disney Springs. Next on our list, Gideon's Bakehouse cookies. Now, I bet a lot of you thought that this was going to be number 1 on our list. It is not. So just imagine how much better the snacks can get. But anyway, we're talking about Gideon's. There's a reason why it's so popular all the time. Not only is this idiosyncratic little storefront of oddities fun to step into just for the theming alone, but it also serves up some of the best baked goods across the entire Walt Disney World. We're talking fully loaded, nearly half-pound cookies for $6 each, unique specialty coffees like the peanut butter cold brew or pumpkin chai, also $6 each, and giant cake slices that'll provide you with more than enough to share with your whole family. Those are $9 each. And just like many of the Disney Springs locations we've talked about already, Gideon's also features monthly specialty flavors for their goodies too. In the past, we've seen stuff like the pumpkin chocolate chip cake slice for November, cookie butter butterscotch cold brew for January, and the Eternal Flame cookie for February, made with dark chocolate, cherries, ancho, cayenne, and cinnamon. And for those of you who just started singing the Bangles song, props to you. Please let me know in the comments. By the way, want to know a secret? Not everything offered at Gideon's will be clearly listed on the menu. Every so often, this bakery comes up with top secret items that it'll serve to only its most loyal guests. And if you want to be in the know, you got to follow one of their social media accounts to receive the password that'll grant you access to this highly classified treat of theirs. As I mentioned earlier, Gideon's gets real busy with a capital B, so you might have to join a virtual queue if you want to get in line for this spot. The virtual queue process is quick and easy. You'll just sign up with one of the Gideon's employees in front of the Bakehouse. Typically, the employees here will be holding a QR code for you to scan to make the process easier. And then you just have to wait until you get the text telling you it's your turn to return to the shop. Keep in mind that the wait can, and often does, get incredibly long, as in several hours, depending on the time of day or time of year that you visit. So you want to have a few Disney Springs activities lined up to keep you busy while you wait. Now, here's a special DFB Guide tip. This isn't the only Gideon's Bakehouse. There's another one over in East End Market that's a bit of a drive away, but usually has zero line. You can also pre-order cookies from that particular location. So when I'm in Orlando, I do tend to skip the 4-hour virtual queue at Disney Springs, and I just take an Uber over to East End Market. Anyway, the goodies here, 10 out of 10. Ooh, don't forget also that they have frosting shots that you can get. So that's definitely a must-do. Now, I could just strictly order off the market sides portion of the menu at the Polite Pig for quick service and be completely satisfied without getting a main entree, which is exactly what we're going to do right now. The Polite Pig has a huge variety of sides to choose from, and each one is going to cost you just $6 each. So what can you find here? Well, there's the tomato and watermelon salad made with feta, basil, and pickled onions, barbecue cauliflower with paprika sour cream and candied pepitas, the sweet potato tots topped with Parmesan cheese, the mac and cheese with aged cheddar and breadcrumbs. Has this video been severely lacking mac and cheese to you? I feel like I haven't talked about mac and cheese nearly enough this time. The grilled sweet corn with chipotle aioli and breadcrumbs. See, what did I tell you? Everything's better with aioli. But possibly our number one favorite option here, shockingly enough, are the crispy Brussels sprouts. I know, kids, shield your eyes. It's terrifying, but for real, these are drizzled in this whiskey caramel that makes you forget you're eating something that your mom used to beg you to eat before you left the dinner table. That's right. Cruciferous vegetables, you can get them at Disney World too. Overall, 10 out of 10. In the same vein as the Polite Pig, let's grab something to snack on over at the Shine Bar at Homecomin. This is Homecomin's attached outdoor bar area, which is first come, first served, and good news, you can still order from the full Homecomin menu if you get a seat here. That means you got access to all of Homecomin's tasty house-made sides that range from $7 to $9 each. These include the cheddar cheese drop biscuits, Mama's mac and cheese, which is seriously a huge portion and absolutely an entire meal's worth, creamy mashed potatoes, sweet mashed potato skillet, Bradley's grits, classic french fries, and several other southern style specialties that give you a bite of Homecomin without having to pay kind of full price for it. Overall, 10 out of 10. Now, y'all gotta stop sleeping on the basket at Wine Bar George because this is where you're gonna get the real good stuff. The basket is a quick service window that serves portable light bites, some even from the Wine Bar George menu inside, including frozen wine slushies made out of Dole Whip and those mac and cheese bites, which are incredible. There we go. We got some more mac and cheese in here. But we're not gonna talk about the boozy stuff right now or the savory stuff. Nope. Instead, we're gonna talk about the ever glorious Millionaire's Shortbread for $8. Now, this is a buttery shortbread cookie layered with caramel and dark chocolate. And I know all of my, again, I say this for every video, that my English, Welsh, Scottish, and Irish viewers all have Millionaire Shortbread like at their gas stations, and they can just go buy incredible versions of it, you know, just like down the corner. Listen, we can't do that here in the States. We are very, very excited when we find an incredible Millionaire Shortbread, so I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to put it pretty high on my list. It's very simple, but it is absolutely incredible and probably one of the richest treats you're ever going to have. The shortbread is served cold, but it heats up quickly in the Florida sun, meaning that the chocolate gets gooey and melty real fast, so you might want to grab a fork to eat this instead of getting your hands all dirty. The best way I can describe this treat is that it tastes a lot like a flattened out Twix candy bar with just much, much, much better cookies inside, paired with chocolate and huge thick caramel inside, salt sprinkled on top. It's truly the perfect treat, and who can give me a good recipe? Please give me a good Millionaire Shortbread recipe. I will not make it as fabulously as like the Marks and Spencer's, but I will try. All right, this one's 10 out of 10, but please look at the rest of the menu at the basket because you're going to find lots of good stuff there. We are going to Morimoto Asia Street Food. Morimoto Asia Street Food gives you the chance to try some of Iron Chef Masaharu Morimoto's Pan-Asian cuisine, which is super similar to what's featured on the signature restaurant menu itself, just in quick service fashion. And the options here switch out pretty regularly. But some of the best things you can pick up at the moment are the pork egg rolls, which will give you 2 rolls for $8. The 6-count takoyaki, which are octopus fritters with nori, pickled ginger, and okonomi sauce, all for $6. Oh, by the way, don't knock the takoyaki before you try it. The okonomi sauce has a really nice sweet and sour flavor, and the ginger brings a little kick with each bite. And while the Morimoto baby ribs just hit the $10 mark, I'd still recommend trying them out or splitting them with a friend. You're going to get 3 ribs for that price, making this portion a little easier to share. These pork ribs are served with cilantro and hoisin sweet chili glaze, and while I'm not a big cilantro fan, this option has been a pretty popular one amongst the DFB team, and I've had these ribs many, many times, and I do love them. Oh, and let's not forget the popping boba tea that's here too. For $6, you can choose between a green or black tea, and you also get to choose your flavor of popping pearls, either peach or mango. The drink is super refreshing, but once again, if you're missing the tapioca boba, you're still better off picking up one of the milk teas from YeSake instead. While Morimoto Asia Street Food may not be the the number one choice for kids while looking for an interesting Disney-fied snack during their day. There's definitely a range of safe and adventurous options here, and the fact that you can try signature food without the signature prices is what really makes this one worth stopping by. Overall, 10 out of 10. So now this is a controversial number one choice. I am well aware, but then again, when have I not added something controversial to one of these past rankings videos? We like to spark discussions here at DFB, so get those discussions down in the comments. The Cooks of Dublin quick service location is attached to Raglan Road, so much like its table service counterpart, you can expect to find traditional Irish entrees at Cooks of Dublin, just in fast food format. You'll find loads to choose from here: fish and chips, chicken and wild mushroom pie, battered sausage hot dog. But if you want the very best item, in my personal opinion, then you've got to order the Dubliner Irish cheese and bacon dip for $5.50. If you've been following DFB Guide for a while, you know this is one of my absolute favorites. So this cheese dip puts my beloved plastic cheese to shame. And no, I do not say that lightly. The Dubliner cheese has a thicker consistency to it than what you can expect from a cup of plastic cheese, and it's also got a slightly tangy flavor as well, which balances out that saltiness of the bacon. So where's the controversy here? Sounds great so far, right? Well, it's just the cheese dip itself that's under $10. And while I could eat cheese dip straight up just like a soup and be perfectly content, despite you staring at me, you're more than likely going to want something to accompany your cheese dip, which will definitely push you over that $10 mark, since the onion rings here are $6 and the side of chips is $7. But don't blame me, blame society. Society has a problem with me eating this as a soup, and that's why we have to order something with it. So yeah, once again, I can cheat and say this combo of fries or onion rings with a Dubliner Irish cheese could be considered under $10 if you share it with a friend. But what I'll say is, even if your friend doesn't want to split this with you, you might want to bite the bullet regardless and surpass that $10 limit, because this is high quality cheese we're talking about here. No cheese dip shall go undipped, not on my watch. Overall, probably 11 out of 10. Now, we've got an honorable mention here, and while these Disney Springs snacks are technically over the $10 limit as well, I got to give them a quick shout out too, just because I want you to know about it, and I don't want the rules of this video to keep you from knowing about these. So first and foremost, the Daily Poutine kiosk. Back in the day, the Daily Poutine would absolutely be included in this under $10 snack list because the options used to be under $10. Thanks a lot, price increases. But nowadays, it doesn't matter whether you're ordering the classic poutine with gravy and cheese curds, or one of the specialty options like the butter chicken or Korean barbecue, or one of the seasonal limited time selections. You'll have to pay just over $10 for any of these poutine varieties. Or faux-tine, as some of y'all in the comments like me to say. That being said, if you're splitting an order of poutine with a friend, then technically you could still classify this one as an under $10 snack. And if that's the case for you, I definitely rank the Daily Poutine as worthy of the top 5 on today's list. All right, so what do you think? Is there a Disney Springs snack that you learned about today that you're now desperate to try? Or is there a Disney Springs snack missing on this list that you think deserves its time to shine? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to head over to DisneyFoodBlog.com/Disney Springs to pick up that free Disney Springs guide while it's still fresh in your mind. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.